I stood in my cozy little apartment in Bozeman, Montana, staring at the twinkling lights on my modest Christmas tree. It was Christmas night, and the snow outside was falling softly, blanketing the rugged mountains in a peaceful white. I'd spent the day alone, sipping hot cocoa and wrapping gifts I'd planned to ship back home to Wyoming, a handmade quilt for Mom, a new fly fishing rod for Dad, and a pair of custom cowboy boots for my little sister.
Emma. But now.
Everything felt wrong. My phone buzzed on the coffee table. It was my old high school buddy,
Jake.
from back in Cheyenne. Hey, Riley. Is this your folks' place? Looks like a blast. Attached was a screenshot from Instagram that hit me like a freight train. There they were, my whole family, gathered around a massive lodgepole pine tree in our old ranch house. The one Dad always said was too big for just us. Champagne glasses clinked in the photo, the table groaning under a roasted prime rib and all the fixings. Mom in her best turquoise jewelry, Dad sporting a brand new Stetson hat, and Emma twirling in a fancy red dress that screamed designer. I zoomed in, my heart pounding. That was Grandma's antique silver serving tray, the one we'd polish every holiday. Cousins from Idaho, even Uncle Tom, who'd driven up from Utah. Laughter frozen in pixels. A perfect Western family Christmas. But they told me it was off this year. Money's tight on the ranch. Honey, Mom had texted on December 15th. We're skipping the big gathering. Hope you understand.
Los ya.
I'd replied right away. No worries.
Mom.
Let me know if I can chip in. Merry Christmas anyway. I'd even wired an extra $500 to help with feed costs for the horses.
Now.
Staring at that photo, the room spun. They hadn't canceled Christmas. They'd canceled me. I sank onto the worn leather couch, scrolling through more posts. Hashtags like family traditions and Wyoming Christmas. No tag for me.
No mention.
Just absence. My fingers trembled as I opened my banking app. The transfers stared back like ghosts. $1,200 monthly for the ranch mortgage supplement, $300 for Dad's truck insurance, $200 for the family cell plan I still paid to keep everyone connected. Scrolling back, $900 for Emma's vet school books, $1,500 when the barn roof leaked last spring, $800 for Mom's physical therapy after her riding accident. Over 3 years. It added up to $42,000, money I'd scraped from my salary as a data analyst in Bozeman, skipping vacations and eating ramen to be the reliable one. I whispered to the empty room. I thought family meant sticking together, through thick and thin. But this was them riding high while I footed the bill from afar. Another buzz, Dad this time. Riley, girl, Merry Christmas. Quick favor, can you send January's ranch payment early? Vet bills piled up. No word about the party.
No invite retroactively.
Just another ask. I closed my eyes, the tree lights blurring through tears. Not sad ones anymore, angry, clarifying ones. This wasn't just hurt, it was a wake-up call. I saved a screenshot of the family photo next to his text, starting a folder called Family Ledger. Tomorrow, I'd start untangling this mess, legally and emotionally.
For now,
I turned off the lights and let the Montana night swallow me whole. The next morning, December 26, dawned crisp and cold, the kind of Rocky Mountain chill that seeps into your bones.
I de barely slept.
My mind racing through years of overlooked slights. The Christmas tree mocked me from the corner, so I unplugged it and started coffee. My phone lit up, Dad again. Need that $1,200 by Monday?
Kiddo.
Property taxes due. Still no acknowledgement of a lie. I ignored it and fired up my laptop, searching emails and texts. The pattern jumped out. 4th of July barbecues canceled for drought costs, but photos showed a full spread. Thanksgiving just as this year, yet Aunt Karen posted group shots. Each cancellation lined up with a money request. Then, the kicker. Login alerts on my bank app from an unfamiliar iPad, the one I'd gifted Emma for college 2 years back. Still on the ranch Wi-Fi. They'd been peeking at my balances, timing their asks around my paydays. Emma's TikTok popped up in my feed, her lounging on the porch swing, waving those boots I'd sent. Score for my big sis. The family wallet. Blessed. Comments. Milk that cow. Girl. Aunt Karen. Weston family savings plan at work. My stomach churned. I splashed water on my face, staring at my reflection. When had helping become enabling? When had love turned transactional? Work called. My boss.
Sarah.
You missed the morning huddle. Everything okay? I cleared my throat. Family emergency. Taking the day. She didn't pry. Take what you need. We've got your back. Her kindness stung. When was the last time my family said that without a but? I texted my therapist.
Dr.
Hayes. A no-nonsense Montanan who'd helped me through Dad's heart scare. Urgent session today? Reply. 2 p.m. You're stronger than you think. A knock, Mrs. Larson. My neighbor. With a plate of fresh biscuits. Heard you pacing last night. Rough holiday. I nodded. And she hugged me. Sometimes blood ain't the family you need. Build your own posse. Her words lingered as I drafted a text to Dad. Explain Christmas first. Saw the photos.
Sent.
Silence followed. Then Mom's email. Riley. Don't make a mountain out of a molehill. We thought you'd be fine on your own. Used to it by now. Used to it. That broke something. I stared out at the snow-capped peaks. Time to draw boundaries. Western style, clear, firm,
and fair.
3 days later, Dad's old Ford F-150 rumbled into my office parking lot in downtown Bozeman. I spotted it from the window. Coffee spilling on my desk. Classic ambush. I straightened my jeans and headed down. He stood in the lobby, boots tracking snow. That Stetson perched jauntily. There's my girl, he boomed, turning heads. Dad. Not here. Please go. He grinned. Can't visit my own daughter? I steer him toward the door. Why the Christmas lie? His face hardened. Misunderstanding. Busy with work. Right?
Now.
About that payment. I stopped. You drove 3 hours for money? Security eyed us.
Family pitches in, he said.
I shook my head. Escort him out. Please. As the elevator doors closed, resolve set in. Back upstairs. I canceled autos, mortgage supplement, insurance, phone plan. Reported the credit card Emma used as compromised. Each click felt like shedding weight. My colleague, Mike from legal,
knocked.
Heard the commotion. Need advice on family finances. I nodded. Yeah, actually. He smiled. My brother's a financial planner. Let's chat after work. That evening, over burgers, we mapped it out, document everything, consult a lawyer for any cosign loans, build an emergency fund. No revenge, just protection. I booked a flight to Cheyenne for the weekend. Time to retrieve my things and set terms face to face. Freedom wasn't cutting ties cold. It was renegotiating them with heart and head aligned. The flight to Cheyenne felt like stepping back in time. The plane dipping over the vast Wyoming plains dotted with cattle ranches and oil rigs. I rented a truck at the airport. The kind with four-wheel drive for the snowy backroads to our family spread outside town. My suitcase held empty boxes for my college mementos, Grandma's recipe book, and that iPad. No more digital spying. As I drove, memories flooded. Summer rodeos where Dad taught me to rope. Mom's apple pies at county fairs. Emma and me chasing fireflies. But layered over that were the exclusions, birthdays postponed, weddings I couldn't make, always with a plea for cash. I pulled up to the ranch house at dusk. Lights glowing warmly. Smoke curled from the chimney. Dad's truck was there. Mom's SUV. Even Emma's Jeep. I knocked. Heart thumping. Mom opened the door. Her face paling. "Riley, what are you doing here?" I stepped in. "We need to talk." In person. The living room smelled of pine and coffee. Remnants of their secret Christmas still up, stockings, garlands. Dad rose from his recliner. "About time you showed up." "That money." I cut him off.
No.
"About the lies." Emma slouched on the couch, scrolling her phone. "Drama queen much?" I laid out the folder. Printouts of transfers. Photos. Texts. 42 grand in 3 years. While you partied without me. Silence. Then Dad. "We raised you. Put you through school." Mom teared up. "We thought you didn't mind." Emma snorted. "You're loaded now. Share the wealth." I breathed deep. This stops. I'm done being your safety net. Dad blustered about family loyalty. But I held firm. I'll help with real emergencies. Verified by a third party. But no more autos. No more exclusions. I grabbed my things, including the iPad, and left them with a list. Therapy for all. Honest accounting of lies. No asks for 5 years. Or I'm out for good. Driving away. The stars overhead felt vast, like possibilities. Back in Bozeman, I met with Mike's brother, a certified financial planner named Tom. Over coffee in a downtown diner. He reviewed my docs. Smart move canceling those payments. Legally, since no contracts, you're clear. But watch for guilt trips, common in family entanglements. He helped set up a trust for any future help, requiring receipts and limits. Protect your assets. Riley, you've earned them. I nodded, feeling empowered.
Dr.
Hayes echoed this in session. Boundaries aren't walls. They're gates you control. That night, an email from Aunt Karen. "Praying for you."
Dear.
"Family first." I replied politely, attaching my terms. No more enabling. A week later, work buzzed with my promotion pitch. I'd been crunching numbers for a new project on sustainable ranching data. Ironic. Given my background,
Sarah called me in.
"Riley, your work's stellar. How about senior analyst? Comes with a raise." I accepted. The 15% bump meaning I could finally save for that dream cabin in the Gallatin Valley. Friends celebrated at a local brewery, toasting with craft beers. Jake texted, "Proud of ya, cowgirl." No family congrats. But that stung less now. Then, the GoFundMe popped up. Dad's post. Ranch in peril. Devoted daughter turning her back. My name. My job mentioned. I screenshotted. Forwarded to Tom. Potential defamation? He advised. Report it, but respond calmly. I did. Adding a comment. Happy to help verified needs through proper channels. It went viral locally. Folks siding with fair play. Emma messaged. "You're ruining us." I blocked. Focusing on me. Joined a hiking group. Painted my first landscape, the Wyoming plains at sunset. Small steps toward healing. 2 months in, February's bite matched my resolve. Mom called from a new number. Riley,
Please.
Dad's blood pressure's up. Meds cost a fortune. I paused. Send the bill to Tom. He'll verify. Silence. We don't need outsiders. Then handle it yourselves.
Click.
It hurt, but less each time. Emma's Instagram rants faded after I commented facts. Aunt Karen emailed apologies. We got carried away. Miss you at church suppers. I replied. Appreciate it. Working on forgiveness, but need space. Work thrived. I led a team on AG Tech Analytics. Loving the Western focus. Evenings. I volunteered at a local shelter, helping families set budgets. Ironic therapy.
Dr.
Hayes noted progress. You're rebuilding trust in yourself. One night. Over chili with Mrs. Larson. She shared her story. Cut off my brother years ago for similar BS. Best thing ever. Found peace in the mountains. Her words resonated. I started journaling gratitudes. Fresh powder skiing. Loyal friends. Financial freedom. Balance hit $10,000 savings. First time ever. Spring thaw brought change. Dad emailed. Starting therapy. Here's the receipt. Attached, a counselor's invoice. Mom added. Miss our girl.
No asks.
Promise. Skeptical. I verified with Tom. Legit. Baby steps. I didn't respond yet, but it planted a seed. Emma got a job at a Cheyenne diner. Her text. Sucks. But learning. I smiled faintly. Maybe growth for them too. I booked a solo trip to Yellowstone, hiking trails that cleared my head. At Old Faithful, watching the geyser erupt, I felt my own release from resentment toward hope. Not full reconciliation, but a path forward, grounded in mutual respect. By April, wildflowers bloomed across Montana's valleys, mirroring my budding optimism. Work sent me to a conference in Denver, where I networked with ranch tech experts. One evening, over steaks, a colleague shared, family drama's universal, but you define your herd. Back home, I hosted a potluck with hiking buddies. Laughter filled my apartment. No strings attached. Dad's second therapy proof arrived. Mom's letter, listing the lies we told. Sorry for excluding you, feared you'd see our mess. It detailed years of financial mismanagement, pride hiding shame.
Raw. Honest.
I cried, then wrote back. Appreciate the truth. Let's talk soon. Slowly. Summer hit Bozeman like a wildfire. Hot days giving way to cool evenings under endless skies. I'd taken up fly fishing on the Madison River, casting lines and worries alike. My savings grew. Tom helped invest in a Roth IRA. Future you thanks present you, he quipped. Family communications trickled. Monthly therapy updates.
No asks.
Emma texted. Got promoted to shift lead. Pays bills myself now. Pride swelled for her. And my boundaries sparking change. One weekend, I drove to Cheyenne unannounced. Pulled up to the ranch. Heart racing. Dad was fixing fence. He straightened, wiping sweat. Riley, we sat on the porch. Iced tea in hand. No demands, he said. Just listening. I shared hurts. He owned mistakes. Pride got us. Thought we'd hide struggles. Mom joined. Hugging tight. We love you. Not your wallet. Emma apologized for social media barbs. Jealous of your independence. Tears flowed. But healing ones. We agreed. Quarterly check-ins. Therapy ongoing. Finances separate. I left lighter. Boundaries intact. Back in Montana, I submitted paintings to a local gallery. abstracts of Western landscapes, vibrant and free. They accepted 3. Opening night. Friends cheered. Jake flew in. From family ATM to artist? Impressive. No family there yet, too soon, but their congrats text warmed me.
Dr.
Hayes, this is reconciliation on your terms. Healthy. Fall colors painted the Rockies gold and red. I bought land for that cabin, 10 acres near Big Sky. With mountain views. Broke ground with a small crew, dreaming of holidays there. Family visited mid-October. First time in Bozeman. We hiked. Talked openly. Dad admired my setup. Proud.
Kiddo.
You built this. No hints for help. Instead, they brought homemade jam. Emma shared job stories. Mom opened about her own therapy. Learning to ask for emotional support, not just cash. We laughed over old photos.
Minus exclusions.
Boundaries held. I paid my share, they theirs. Thanksgiving approached. I invited them to my place, simple spread.
No extravagance.
They accepted. Driving up. No secrets this time. We cooked together, Mom's pies. Dad's grilled venison. Emma's salad. Around the table. Gratitude shared. To new beginnings, I toasted. Later. By the fire. Dad, we almost lost you. Lesson learned. Family thrives on honesty. Not handouts. I nodded. And self-care isn't selfish. Peace settled. Earned through work. As winter neared, I reflected on the year. From betrayal to balance. The lesson? Family bonds strengthen when everyone's accountable, no heroes. No victims. Just equals navigating life's trails. A crisp November wind whipped through Bozeman as I finalized cabin plans. Tom reviewed. All set legally, deed in your name. No cosigns. Reassuring after past entanglements. Gallery sales funded extras. Solar panels. A studio space. Friends helped paint Mrs. Larson baked cookies. Your chosen family's growing, she said. Family's 3rd therapy milestone arrived. Dad's email. Feeling clearer. Thanks for the push. We video called weekly now. Light chats about weather. Horses. My art. Emma enrolled in online classes. Paying her way. Inspired by you, she admitted. Mom sent a quilt. Made with love.
Nos trines.
I hung it proudly. December loomed. Christmas plans. They'd host. But inclusive. I flew down. Gifts modest. Books. Photos. The ranch glowed.
But warmly.
No champagne excess. Potluck style. Uncle Tom joked. No more secrets? We laughed. Around the tree. Story shared. Dad. This year's real gift. Our girl back. On her terms. I smiled. And yours too. Back in Montana. New Year's Eve with friends. Fireworks over the mountains. Phone buzzed. Family group text. Love you. Riley. To growth in 27. I replied. Same. Boundaries and all. The year taught. Forgiveness doesn't erase hurts, but paves paths. Revenge?
Nah.
Redemption through respect. My heart. Once heavy. Now light as fresh snow. The cabin's foundation solidified as January snows fell. I skied weekends. Painting evenings. Gallery invited more work. I experimented with Western motifs, ranches, rivers, resilient women. Sales built my fund, Tom. You're financially independent now. Family progress. Dad joined AA for old habits. Mom volunteered at a shelter. Emma aced classes. Our calls deepened. Vulnerabilities shared. We took you for granted. Mom confessed. Never again. I enabled too. Mutual growth. Spring brought blooms. Cabin framing up. I hosted family for Easter, hikes, barbecues. Boundaries tested lightly. Dad eyed my truck. Nice rig. I earned it. No ask followed. Trust building. Summer conferences took me west, Seattle, Vegas. Networked. Inspired. Home to cabin progress. Walls rising. Friends housewarming. From ashes to this? Phoenix Riley. Fall harvest. Apples from ranch shipped up. Thanksgiving at cabin, first guests. Family drove, we cooked.
Hiked.
Toasts to resilience. Lesson echoed. Healthy families communicate. Support without exploiting. As the cabin neared completion, I stood on the porch overlooking the Gallatin River. The water rushing like my renewed life. It was mid-November, and the first snow dusted the peaks.
Inside.
The wood stove crackled. My paintings on walls. Bookshelves filled with Western lit, Steinbeck.
L'amour.
This was my sanctuary, built from savings once drained by family. Work promoted me to lead analyst, salary bump funded furnishings. Tom audited, solid. Emergency fund at 6 months. No more living paycheck to play.
DR.
Hayes, you've modeled healthy detachment. Inspiring. Families therapy wrapped a year. Certificates shared. Dad. Changed man. Grateful. We planned Christmas at the ranch, my input welcome. Simple. Inclusive. I insisted. They agreed. Route to Cheyenne. I stopped in Yellowstone. Reflecting. Betrayal's sting faded, replaced by empathy. They'd struggled too. Ranch debts.
Pride.
My stand forced facing it. Arrival. Hugs genuine. Emma. Your cabin pics? Goals. We decorated together. Sharing laughs. Christmas Eve service at the old church. Aunt Karen whispered, "Glad you're back." Midnight. Gifts exchanged thoughtful. Not extravagant. Mine, a family photo album. Inclusions noted. Dad's toast. To Riley, who taught us true family values, honesty, respect, independence. Back in Montana. New Year's at cabin with blended group. Family via video. Local friends in person. Fireworks lit the sky. Resolutions. Maintain boundaries. Nurture connections. The lesson crystallized. Life's dramas teach when we listen. Payback isn't cutting off, it's guiding toward better. Human more than vengeful. February's blizzards kept me cabin-bound. Perfect for writing a journal-turn-memoir. Titled Ranch Reckoning, it detailed the journey, raw, redemptive. A local publisher expressed interest, authentic Western voice. Family visited in March. Dad helped with final touches, hanging shelves. Proud to contribute, he said. No quid pro quo. Emma painted a mural. Mom cooked.
Bon strengthen sans financial ties.
Spring conferences. I spoke on data in AG. Weaving personal resilience. Attendees related. Your story hits home. Back. Galleries shows sold out. Proceeds? Donated to family counseling funds. Anonymous. Empowering. Summer brought ranch visit. Helped with hang. Old times revived. Dad. Business improving our efforts. High fives all around. Fall. Memoir published locally. Reviews. Heartfelt drama with hope. Family read. Teared up. You captured it, Mom said. Sorry again. Forgiven. Forward. Thanksgiving at cabin, full house. Blended traditions, Wyoming pies. Montana venison. Gratitude circle. Each shared growth. Mine. Learned family evolves with effort. As December snow fell, Christmas plans alternated. Ranch 1 year. Cabin next. This year.
Mine.
Preparations buzzed. Lights strung. Tree from local farm. Family arrived. Marveling. Your home's a haven, Emma said. Eve, caroling. Stories. Gifts. Experiences, hiking passes. Art classes.
No material excess.
Midnight mass via stream. Reflections on redemption. Christmas morning. Coffee. Stockings. Dad. Best gift, this unity. We nodded. Afternoon hike. Crisp air. Conversations deep. Evening feast. Toast to lessons. Communication trumps cash. Forgiveness follows accountability. Post-holiday. Family lingered. Bonds solid. As they left, hugs lingered. See you soon. Not need you. Back to routine work. Art. Hikes. Memoir expanded regionally. Proceeds built community fund for financial literacy, helping others avoid pitfalls. The year closed with peace. From exclusion to embrace. The path. Patience. Boundaries. Humanity. Lesson light. Family's a choice daily. Choose wisely. Nurture kindly. January's calm allowed reflection. Cabin complete. I hosted workshops. Art for healing. Participants shared stories. Mine inspired. Family's independent strides. Dad refinanced ranch wisely. Emma graduated debt-free. Mom started a craft business. Our dynamic, supportive equals. Calls frequent. Visits planned. No regressions, growth ongoing. Spring bloom. I traveled West California coast.
Solo.
Beaches. Reflections. Betrayal birthed strength. Summer. Joint family camping in Tetons. Laughter.
No lax.
Fall. Memoir national interest. Interviews. Redemptions possible with work. Thanksgiving. Rotational. Theirs.
Warm.
Equal. Christmas Eve. At ranch.
Inclusive magic.
Gifts. Memories made. The cycle renewed. Humanely. As another year turned, the cabin stood as testament to transformation. February's full moon illuminated fresh tracks, deer. Perhaps my spirit animal of resilience. Memoir sales funded expansions, a guest room for visitors, symbolizing open but guarded doors. Work evolved. I consulted on ranch sustainability nationwide, blending heritage with career. Tom, your portfolio's diversified, like your life. Family milestones. Dad's ranch profitable sand subsidies. Emma's vet practice launch. Mom's crafts sold at fairs. Pride mutual. March visit, we skied Big Sky. Dad, thanks for the second chance. Mutual. We all grew. Spring, I led seminars on family finances. Boundaries build bridges. Attendees, your story saves us steps. Summer solstice, bonfire at cabin with all. Stories shared, laughs echoed. Emma, from ATM to inspiration, we clinked esmores. Fall Harvest Festival, joint booth, my art. Mom's crafts. Sales boomed, proceeds shared charitably. Thanksgiving, cabin feast. Gratitude, to lessons learned lightly, love without ledger. December, Christmas at ranch. Snowy arrival, welcomes warm. Tree trimming, ornaments from all eras.
Inclusive.
Church, carols. Reflections, betrayal's gift, clarity. Morning, gifts thoughtful, books on growth. Custom maps of our journeys. Afternoon, sledding.
Joy pure.
Evening, dinner.
Toasts.
Dad, humanity over hurt. That's the win. Post-holiday, lingered. Planning future gatherings. back home. New Year's, fireworks. Resolutions sustain balance. The narrative closed not in vengeance, but virtue. Life's dramas resolve when we choose compassion with caution. Article of Faith. Families flourish fairly. Years on, the cycle endures. Cabin hosts holidays, bonds unbreakable yet flexible. Memoir inspires, I mentor others. From shock comes strength, unexpected freedom follows forgiveness. In Western vastness, hearts heal holistically.